Hey everyone, it's Eagle of Zeus here, and in this video I wanted to talk about the terms Recon and Revivalist and why I personally don't use any terms like that. So a lot of people, not just in the Hellenic polytheism community, but just in the like pagan polytheist community in general, they use the terms like Recon, Revivalist. I've also heard Reformist as well, which at least from my understanding, is uh, either similar or basically the same thing as a Revivalist. Uh, but I'm not 100% positive if it's exactly the same thing or not, but it's at least similar. And then some people also call themselves like Neo-Pagan. Basically, um, they have, well, let me start with what a Reconstructionist and a Revivalist are, and then I'll describe like Neo-Paganism. So, pretty much a Reconstructionist is somebody who pretty much follows a religion like exactly the way the ancient people did, or as close as possible. And then a revivalist and possibly reformist as well, because like I said, from my understanding, they seem like they're the same thing, but I don't know for sure. But I know revivalist is somebody who um pretty much revives an ancient religion, not the way it was practiced back in ancient times, but pretty much revives it in a modern way. So they might keep some of the ancient practices, but not all of them. They modernize some stuff. And then as far as like neo-pagans go, they don't really follow any ancient stuff. It's just a completely modernized form of paganism with no ties to the ancient practice at all. It's completely new, completely just, modernized. um anyway, so yeah, so those are the three main like ways to practice paganism, or polytheism, I guess, like Reconstructionists, Revivalists slash Reformists, maybe, and then the Neo-Pagans. But me personally, I don't use any of those terms. I used to, I used to describe myself as being a Reconstructionist, which I guess, like, that's still kind of the way I lean for the most part, but I also modernize some stuff, which is more like a revivalist. But I don't know. I don't to me, I don't like to put myself, like, in like a box like that, I guess. Like, to me, like, it feels kind of limiting to describe myself as any of those, because I just I do what I do, basically, like I do what feels right to me, and I basically just, I guess you could say, I just follow my intuition, or I follow my heart, whatever. And like, yeah, I'd say the majority of what I do is the way the ancients practiced, but some stuff I modernize if I feel like it should be modernized, I guess, or that's what feels right to me. Like, one of the main things I do that is different from the way the ancients practiced is honoring chthonic deities indoors, and even having an altar for them, because I do have an altar for the chthonic deities, and I do like worship and honor them indoors, which is something the ancient people did not do. They didn't even honor the chthonic deities even within the walls of their city. They would go outside their city walls, to honor the chthonic, aka the underworld gods, such as Hades. So that is one thing I do that's different from the ancient people. Um, but one thing I do that is traditional is I do keep my chthonic altar beneath my Aaronic or heavenly altar. So I kind of keep it at least a bit traditional. In that sense, I don't honor the chthonic deities with or alongside the Aaronic or heavenly deities. I do keep my worship of the Aaronic and chthonic deities separate. So that is um, a tradition. I do that the traditional way. But as far as like honoring chthonic deities indoors, that's completely modernized. So that's what I mean. For me, I just can't really box myself into any one of those labels. I mean, some people might just say I'm a revivalist, I guess, but I don't know. In a way, because I honestly do more things the ancient way, like I keep most of my practice the ancient way, but there are only like a few things I modernize. I don't really feel like I fit revivalist. I don't really feel like I fit like strict reconstructionist. And I'm definitely not a neo-pagan. I'm definitely traditional, but not like very strict, 100% traditional, which honestly, it's impossible to be 100% traditional anyway. Um, because we live in a modern world. We don't live in the ancient world anymore. And it's just impossible for us in the modern world, especially if you don't live in Greece, to 100% reconstruct the ancient Greek religion exactly the way the ancient Greeks practiced it. It's just impossible. But I know most like strict recons understand that. Like they do understand it's impossible. Like they just do their best to reconstruct it to the best of their ability. But I don't know. But like I said, to me, I just don't really like any of those labels personally. I mean, if other people want to use them, that's fine. But just me personally, I'm just a Hellenic polytheist. I That's just the way I describe myself. Just a Hellenic polytheist. I don't really call myself a recon or a revivalist or reformist or neo-pagan, or I don't call myself any of those. I'm just a Hellenic polytheist, and that's it. So yeah, I just want to make this video talking about that. So yeah, I'd like to hear other people's opinions, like if you use those labels or not, like what's your opinion about it. So yeah, but that's it for this video. So until next time, may the gods bless you all. Bye.